Hi everyone! It is so good to see ya. If you are a kid watching this in the sanctuary, pat your head. And if you are a kid watching this from home, rub your belly. And now, can everyone, grown-ups too, pat your head and rub your belly at the same time? Woohoo! So kids, we're gonna watch this video together. That means if you're in the sanctuary, you'll come up front to the TV. And if you're at home, you'll get as close to your screen as possible. But to get there, you can either swim like a fish or fly like an eagle. You choose. On your marks, get set, bang! Oh yeah, nothing but net. So our Bible story today might seem a little familiar. Like it's really similar to the one we read 2 weeks ago. You know the one where Jesus says, "Whoever welcomes kids in my name also welcomes me and God?" Well, this one is kind of the same, only different. So let's take a look at this sacred book. Our story today comes from Mark, chapter 10, verses 13 through 16. Some people who heard Jesus' teachings wanted their children to meet him. They brought their kids to say hello and even brought their babies for Jesus to hold. They wanted Jesus to bless their children. The disciples thought Jesus was too important to meet the children, so they began to shoo the families away. Back then, children were very vulnerable and had very little power. But Jesus knew children were important. He got angry and told the disciples to stop it. They were wrong. Jesus told them children are a very important part of God's family. Jesus took the baby in his arms and blessed her. He said, "This baby already knows how to love and trust God. To learn about God's kingdom, you need to learn what these little children know."
I'm a Christmas unicorn in a uniform made of gold, with a billy goat beard and a sorcerer's shield and a mistletoe on my nose.
So wait a second. Jesus' disciples stopped the grown-ups from letting their kids see Jesus? Yep. But then Jesus got angry and told them to stop because babies, kids, and teenagers are super important and definitely belong in the family of God? Bingo. Wow. I didn't even know Jesus got angry. Did you? The Bible uses a real fancy word to describe what Jesus was feeling in this story. It says, when Jesus saw what the disciples were doing, he was indignant. Indignant? Indignant is a fancy word for feeling angry or annoyed when someone is treated unfairly. So quick, everyone, show me your best feeling angry or annoyed when someone is being treated unfairly faces. Whoa, so much indignating. Nice. So Jesus saw his disciples treating babies, kids, and teenagers unfairly. And that made him feel what again? Oh yeah, indignant, angry, annoyed, mad. Okay, so then what did Jesus do? Wait, what's that, Pastor Steve? Jesus was an advocate? Oh, I see. Does anyone know what this word means? Advocate? Advocate is another fancy word for someone who helps others and stands up for justice, kindness, compassion, and love in our world. Yeah! So Jesus felt indignant or angry that kids were being treated unfairly. So he stood up to his disciples and was an advocate for how curious, kind, compassionate, and loving kids are, to teach everyone that kids really are super duper important and loved by God. Ooh, I like it. So here's a question, a kids only all play question. No grown-ups allowed. Jesus taught the people that kids are important and bring amazing and special things to God's family in the world. So kids, what amazing and special things do you bring to God's family and the world? You can share your answers out loud, or you can type them in the chat. What special and amazing things do you bring to God's family and the world? Woohoo! You all are so amazing. And I'm so glad that God created you to be exactly who you are. Because the world, our community, and your family wouldn't be the same without you. So, if you are a kid in the sanctuary, come join us in the Wiggle Space after announcements. And we're gonna learn a little bit more about what an advocate is. And if you are a kid at home, grab a paper plate and a bunch of art supplies to make your very own love frisbees. Then, after the service, you can play catch with your family and practice sharing and receiving love. I'm so glad we got to spend this time together. Thanks for learning with me, and thanks for being you. See you next time.